Hello, fellow booktubers and followers. It's Crystal Clear Book Reviews. I haven't been on YouTube in a while, but I will explain that in a very short, condensed version of why. As you may notice, my face looks a little different. My last YouTube video, I explained that I was going for surgery soon, and this is what the result was. So it took me a couple of months to recover and be able to talk normally again. That's why I haven't done a booktube video in a little while. Plus I've had some moving in there and just been busy kind of readjusting to my new work schedule. I work overnights and it's just, yeah, a lot. So I'm trying to get back into it. I'm going to try and put 2 to 3 videos a week up. You may notice I'm wearing the same clothes in a few of them just because I'm going to film them on the same days but put them up at different days. This week though, I'll probably put all 3 of the videos I'm doing this week up today because I have my April TBR and books coming out in April video to make my March read, books I've read video, and my March book haul video to make. So, with that being said, let's get on to the books I read in March. The first book I read took me actually 2 months, so it was like from January to March, and I literally finished it 2 months to the day that I started it, and it was Joe Hill's The Fireman. Now, I loved this book. I've been wanting to pick up a Joe Hill book almost as long as I've known that he is Stephen King's son, which I had no idea about until probably 2 months after his first book came out. I think that was Heart-Shaped Box, I think was his first book. But the thing that I find most cool about Joe Hill is how closely he resembles his father. Isn't that super creepy? And I just found out that Stephen King and Owen King are collaborating on a book called Sleeping Beauties, which comes out in September, and I am super excited about that. If anybody wants to send me a review copy out there, I will be glad to take it off your hands. So, The Fireman is basically about a virus. I don't want to even say virus because, well, I guess it could be considered a virus. But it's about a virus called Dragon Scale, and it's highly contagious spore. And the main character, Harper, enters this commune kind of thing of other dragon scale survivors, I guess you could call him, and falls in love with this man called John Rookwood, who is the fireman, and he can control the flames within him. Basically what Dragon Scale does is it makes you internally combust, which I found really interesting. Now, Harper ends up pregnant while having Dragon Scale, and her husband tries to kill her throughout this entire book, which was very creepy indeed. I gave this book 5 stars on Goodreads, and you should totally pick it up, especially if you've never read a Joe Hill book. He is just as creepy as his father, so if you love Stephen King, you will love Joe Hill. Now, the second book that I read in March that I was very much less impressed with, excuse me, I'm going to fall off camera for a minute because I'm going to put my book down. Alright, we're back. The next book that I read in March, which I was less than impressed with, was What We Become. Now, I was supposed to read this last year, but I kind of got sick, so I didn't have much reading time, and I'm reviewing it now. It was sent to me by Simon & Schuster as a review copy. Now, it's about a man named Max and a woman named Misha who have a romance to last all time. Like, it's over 3 decades, I think. Well, it's over a long, long time. They meet in Buenos Aires, well, not in, but on a cruise ship that's going from Lisbon to Buenos Aires in 1928. They have a secret romance. She is married at the time that he meets her, and he meets her as a ballroom dancer on this ship who entertains women whose husbands are off doing other things, and he dances with them. And they go their separate ways, and then in 1937 they meet again in Nice, Italy, and they're still drawn to one another, so they kind of rekindle their romance a little bit. And then again they meet in 1966 in Sorrento, where he runs into trouble with the KGB, the secret police of Russia, if you can imagine, and she offers him a temporary place to stay. But this book did not draw me in like other books have, and it was very hard for me to read, so I only gave it like 1 star on Goodreads, because after like the first 70 pages it became redundant and I just struggled to read it. So that took up pretty much of my March reading time, which I really regret, because I really would have liked to have gotten more books done in March, because by this time last year I had almost double the books that I've read this year, and that's really bothering me because I'm really behind on my challenge. So it's kind of aggravating that I didn't get to read as many books as I wanted to, and I wasted a lot of my time on books that, well, The Fireman was not a waste of time because I really actually enjoyed that book, but I'm kind of upset that I wasted so much time on this book because it didn't turn out to be so great. Also in March, I ended up getting married, and so March was a pretty big, busy month. I will see you again in my next video for my March haul, which I surprised myself, and I only bought 6 books and I received 2 from Goodreads First Reads. So that was pretty good, I think. I kind of condensed my book buying in March because I bought a lot more books in 2016 than I really should have or wanted to, and I needed to stop myself from that. So 6 books in a month is a pretty good amount, I would say. Alright, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!